Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another FIFA 17 prediction video. And today we're starting off with Arsenal. We've already done Liverpool and Manchester United, so I'm going through the big clubs first, and eventually we may get to the rest of the Premier League. And in fact, I might just stay with the big clubs and go big leagues. Let me know what you want me to see me do. I may do the whole Premier League and then try and do some of the other leagues, or just the big clubs in each league. Let me know in the comments below. But first off, we're starting off with Petr Cech. Now, I think he's had a good season. He obviously got team in the season, but he is getting on a bit, and I've really struggled whether to give him an upgrade or not. I've ended up not giving him an upgrade. I've left him at 86. I think he'll get an 86 in the new FIFA, just because he is a good keeper. I think he's had a good season, but he's getting on a bit as well. Although Buffon, I suppose Buffon doesn't really have a change. Yeah, I'm going to stick with a non-upgrade for this one. Next up is Hector Bellerin. He's obviously having a fantastic season. Started off as a 74 silver, got himself a 77 gold. Obviously had team of the season. So I put him at 81, which is actually an upgrade of 4, believe it or not. But I think he could end up like 82, 83, possibly even higher, to be honest. He's had that good of a season. I think he's a fantastic player. But I've gone conservative with this one. I put him at 81. I think he could possibly go to Barcelona at the end of the day. They just lost Alves. I know they're saying they're going to put Vidal at right back, but I think they probably will go for Hector Bellerin. He's obviously came from them anyway. Born in 1995, so he's still got a lot of years left. And I can see him actually leave him. Next up is Koscielny. He's only got an upgrade of 1 for this FIFA. I think he obviously did have a good season, and I think he's having an okay Euros at the moment. Partnering Rami isn't the best French centre-backs we could have seen in that tournament. I would have liked to see Koulibaly play. Obviously Varane, Laporte, a lot of them got injured. Sakho got banned. So he's having a good season, having a good Euros as well. An upgrade of 1, I think, will be Koscielny's upgrade. Next up is Gabriel. He doesn't get an upgrade for me. I've left him at 79. First season in the Prem wasn't great. It wasn't bad either. And if he carries on the way he goes, he could get an 80, 81. But for me, it's a 79 at the moment. He's not going to break into the Brazil team at any time soon. Or is he in the team? I'm not even sure anymore. But I just don't think he's worth an upgrade for me. Next up is Kieran Gibbs. Again, another player who doesn't get an upgrade. Been injured for pretty much most of the season. Obviously, Monreal's had to play left back for a lot of it. I think Gibbs is a good player. I think he's about an 80 worth, and that's it. Next up is Xhaka. He gets an upgrade of 2. I forgot to change his card to an Arsenal card, so he plays from Mönchengladbach for me on the screen. And I've put him an upgrade of 2. Obviously, he's an 82 rated player currently. I think he'll get an upgrade of 2 because obviously his international man of the match came out as an 84. His transfer to Arsenal means he gets at least an upgrade of 1. I put him an upgrade of 2. I think an 84 strong centre mid card, and I'm looking forward to seeing this guy in the Prem. Next up is Wilshere. He stays an 81. Again, same reason as Gibbs, just for being injured far too much to actually get an upgrade. I think he's a good enough player to hold his rating as well, though, so he stays in an 81. Ramsey is going up by 1. Obviously, he had a decent season. It wasn't anything great, but I think he's having a good Euros. Him and Bale are really pulling the strings for Wales, so I put him up at an upgrade of 1, just solely on the fact that he's having a good Euros so far. Next up is Sanchez. I've been disappointed with Alexis Sanchez this season. I thought he was really going to let the world alight, and instead, it wasn't that good. So I've kept him at an 86. He's got so much potential, but I don't know whether he's like playing the wrong team or what, but he could be so much better, and I've left him at 86 just solely because of that. Next up is Ozil. He actually gets an upgrade of 1. Obviously, he got a team of the season, which ends up being a 94. His card was an 88, so I think an upgrade of 1 puts him at an 89 just for that run that he went on when he was just assisting so much. I actually don't really rate him hugely anymore. I used to, but I don't rate him that much anymore. So 89 is probably strong for him. It wouldn't surprise me if I seen him at an 88 still next season. Next up is Olivier Giroud. He gets an upgrade of 1 for me. I had a good season leading the line for Arsenal. I don't think he's a spectacular player, and that's why he's still an 83 for me. I think if Arsenal do sign another striker, Giroud could struggle, but by that time he'll still have that upgrade of 1 for me. And we start with the subs. El Neni, he gets an upgrade of, what have I put him up to? I put him up by 4. He was a 70 rated card. I've kept him in a silver card. He didn't really feature a huge amount. He played a fair few games. Obviously, the transfer to Arsenal bumping up a bit, but whether it's enough to be gold or not, I think he'll end up being like a Bellerin type card, start as a silver, and probably get an upgrade midway through the new FIFA. Theo Walcott is next, an 81 again. Just the same thing with Wilshere and Gibbs, just not playing enough due to injuries. Even when he did play, he didn't actually impress me at all. Hence why the transfer gossip videos, I'm seriously worried about whether he's going to turn up at Liverpool or not. Next up is Alex Iwobi, obviously broke onto the scene. It was a 55 rated card. I've bumped up by 8 ratings to a 63, which I think is actually a silver card. Don't know why it's still bronze on the screen. So obviously he broke into the team. 55 rated isn't good enough. I think he'll have higher pace and higher physical next season, as well probably higher passing. I think he's quite good at passing as well. That'll improve. Obviously they all improve by a higher rating anyway, but I think they'll improve heavily. Next up is Welbeck. Again, same thing. Too many injuries for him meant that he stays as 79. Obviously a good player. Probably unlucky not to go to Euros maybe, just for the fact that he works really hard for the team, and obviously Hodgson really liked him at one point, but hasn't played enough to warrant it. That's why I'm surprised Wilshere actually went to the Euros. Next up is Flamini. He actually gets a downgrade of 1 for me. Just obviously he's getting a bit past it. He hasn't played as much. Obviously Coquelin came in, Elneny came in, so Flamini goes down by 1. Not sure if he's even going to stay at Arsenal next season, but he's a 75 card for me. Cazorla stays at an 85. Just, I don't know, he might actually get a downgrade. I was toying with the fact of putting him to like an 84, possibly even an 83, but I've been generous. I think I've left him at an 85, just because he does have that star quality. Next up is Oxlade-Chamberlain, another one who I've actually kept at a 79 for FIFA 17. I don't know if his ratings will get buffed in terms of his pace and stuff like that. He just hasn't played as much to warrant that. I don't know if he should have dropped down to 78 now thinking about it. Let me know what you think on Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think he's a great player, and that's why I've kept him at that rating for FIFA 17, but he hasn't played enough to warrant it. Next up is Monreal. Keeps himself at an 80, which I think is quite high rated for him. I don't think he's really an 80 rated player, but he played a lot last season, which warrants it in FIFA 17. Next up is Coquelin. Obviously, it started as 79, non-rare gold card. I've turned him into an 80 rare gold card. Obviously, he had a good little spell, but then got dropped from the team anyway, so I think that's why he's only got an upgrade of 1. Next up, Mertesacker. I think I actually should have downgraded this guy. I think he should go down to about an 80, to be honest. I don't know why I've missed this one. I thought for some reason he should stay at an 83. So yeah, this is probably the exception. This one I've got wrong. I think he should be an 81 for me. I think he should go down by 2 just for not playing. Next up is Chambers. He holds his place just because he is a promising young player. Obviously, he's only silver anyway, and he did move to a big club, but he's not getting games, so 72 rated for me in the new FIFA 17. And finally, we end up on Joel Campbell. He's another one who holds his rating to a 76. I think he's an exciting player, but doesn't play enough. And finally, this is how the team would look. Obviously, you're looking at that. Xhaka would be actually an Arsenal player and an 84. Bellerin with a tasty upgrade. Nice to see what pace you get. Kashani getting a little bit of an upgrade. And Giroud, Ramsey, and Ozil as well. If you did enjoy the video, as always, all I ask is a little like and subscribe. And I shall see you in the next one.